about it before we continue. So you guys know Chief Kolade Barnos, right?
Yes.
You mean the minister of
Yes, him. So his daughter just got expelled from the University of Riverside. And we need to know if we're dropping this story or not because as sex tape leaked, social media outlets are carrying this story. Do you guys think we should carry it?
Yes, we should publish this story because I keep wondering why children of God keep involving us in such acts. I don't care who her dad is. I don't care. Let's publish everything about the story, the video, everything. Yes.
I don't think we should. She's a woman, for God's sake. How can you do that to a woman? How? Why? You can't. It shouldn't be published at all.
This story is hot just for the audience. I mean, I would want to know the story. Most people want to know the story, so please let us publish this story. I don't know what you're saying.
Olivia, why are you saying this?
What do you mean?
What if she's your sibling?
Emmanuel, she cannot be my sibling.
Don't care about her reputation, even our company's reputation. Boss, I think we can't do this. We can't publish this story.
Does anyone else have something to say about this? Carry it.
I think we should carry it. We should.
I think this is unethical. The reason this scenario was being chosen is as a result of the many sex tape videos that have leaked over the internet for the past period of years. And we're not just talking about the Unilag sex for grades tape. There have been so many all over the country, within and outside Nigeria. Now, for some people, it may say that goes against the freedom of expression, as being stated in Section 39, subsection 1 of the Nigerian Constitution. But then, of course, it's hard to really draw that line at what obscenity is. And there is a lot of controversy around such issues, especially when you go through Sections 38 and Sections 36 of the same Constitution, and looking through Section 233 of the Cybercrimes Act within the Nigerian Constitution as well. So the emphasis here is the difference between social media and traditional media.
Please.
How gatekeeping is being performed. The story in quotes is the story of a lady who has a sex tape, and that sex tape has been leaked. Now, for people in such scenarios, one would understand that such a sex tape, in quotes, was done in the hopes that it would never surface. However, that doesn't seem to be the case. So here we are at a crossroads. Do we publish it? Do we not publish it? There are two sides of the coin, and that's what we will be looking at today. There are flip sides. For the media house, there could be public backlash. If, for instance, this is the daughter of a very powerful figure in society, that could actually put the publishing house in a really bad light, especially when you're the only publishing house that's actually going with the story, or being the first out with the story. You could actually get sanctions from regulatory bodies because, as I said, sections 233, 36, and 39 subsections 1 are actually going against obscenities or any form of obscenity with reference to modest behavior, lewd sexual acts that are not meant for public viewership, and also damage to reliability, especially when you are not taking into consideration the fact that the person involved in this scandal, as they say, is also another human being. Pretty sure that person didn't want his or her sex tape getting leaked. And if it did, it actually does a lot of damage. The role of media is being abused. Now, in social media, anyone with a phone, anyone that has a camera, or anyone that has any recording device becomes a journalist. And they are able to actually capture this story and spread it out on so many social media platforms. But then, the purpose of gatekeeping is actually defeated within that point, because they do not stick to the principles and the ethics and ethos that are involved with sending out stories to people. There are certain things that are under the NTB status, which is not to be broadcast. And for most publishing houses, this has to be adhered to at all times, irrespective of the stories. And this is one of such stories. Invasion of privacy. If such a video were to be leaked and such a person is actually within the confines of their private environment, that is a case that can be enforceable in any court of law. And they can sue for redress, sue for emotional damages, sue for slander, sue for name defamation, to say the least. And legal issues may arise, which is specifically what I just mentioned. So that means such a publishing house would actually be at the risk of having their status revoked, or probably the editor-in-chief and the journalist who probably leaks the story end up losing their jobs. And sometimes in a country like Nigeria, it could actually be worse. They could find your corpse on the streets. To the public and the persons involved, they are subjected to view the obscene content, which means watching over and over and over as their sex tape flies through the cyberspace. And trust me, it's nothing anyone wants to go through. Their reputation is affected if the story isn't handled properly. This is where damage control comes into the picture. So if such a story isn't handled with the sensitivity that is demanded, it's going to cause a lot of problems, not just for the individual involved, individuals' families, and other persons involved in the story. And of course, this could trigger a lot of things: depression, expulsion, victimization, in very extreme cases, suicide. Thank you very much. We'll take any questions you have now.